Woo! Let's go, Tyler. Welcome to October. I am so excited to dive in today. I cannot believe we've made it to Q4 of 2024. It is crazy. And what a show we have in store. Today we're about to announce our Pulse winners. And I will say there's some people on today's show that are going to get pumped, and there's going to be a few that are completely shocked. There might have been an upset in this. Today's going to get crazy. How are you feeling?
I mean, the second we open up the show with Aaron's woo, it immediately just brings the energy up. I'm ready for it. Super pumped to do what we do every single month, you guys, and come on here and really slow down, pause, go live, and take a look back at the previous month, see what some of our wins are, recognize those who deserve it most. So hope you guys are ready for a show today. September was an incredible month. It was the last month, to Aaron's point, of our biggest competition of the year for teams to determine the top team. So I know everybody's excited to be able to finally release those results. So, I'm stoked for it today.
Same.
Ready.
So as we get in, we choose to do this show live because it just makes it uncommon. You know, there will be some authentic things that are mess ups. There's going to be everything off the cuff. So join in on the fun today. We are monitoring the feed live. As we go highlight those that made the scoreboard, we are full of energy here at VITL. We want to see the recognition be shown in the feed. Give those people shout outs. If you are here and you don't work for VITL, welcome. We love when significant others, friends, family members, people that are looking to work for VITL come to the show and they see a little bit of a sneak peek of what makes VITL VITL. So we cannot be more pumped to recognize those that went out, put in the work, and made the scoreboards for a full month's worth of effort, which is from September. So looking forward to it, Tyler. Before we jump in, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I want to piggyback off what Aaron said. This show is not just for those who are involved, not just for those who are shouting it out, but we purposely did this live to where you guys could share, a window into VITL's business, into your life, into where you work, and everything that it is that we do. And to Aaron's point, I think that's pretty rare, not just because we choose to go live, but we've chosen this because I think we truly do put a lot of time, energy, effort, and thought, more so than most do. And we want you guys to share it. So I just, I know myself, I just copied this link. I sent it out to several people that I'm talking with and recruiting right now. One of them just responded back and said, "What's up? I'm on." So if any of you guys, have anyone you've been talking with, do you want them to know a little bit more about VITL? I would highly recommend do a quick copy paste, send it out to anybody that's interested, or maybe anyone else that's just in the industry, because I truly do think that we're doing things very, very differently. And when people get a look into our business, into the competitions, into the culture, into the creativity that we put into these shows, I really do think it helps show them, how you do anything is how you do everything. I know that's a quote that Aaron just loves.
I love it.
To chuck out there. But hopefully it really does give them a window to how we're a little bit different. So other than that, no, I'm excited to dive in. Let's go take a look at what we accomplished last month.
So let's dive in. Now, as we go through these names, I love in the feed that we're posting where people are located. Would love to keep seeing that going. It is so fun to see the growth that has come here at VITL. When we prepared today's show, I'm really excited about a few of the recognitions today because we have some new people that have just joined VITL that are big names in the industry. And last month was their first month to see them already make the scoreboard. As you guys see these names and you don't recognize them, I would encourage people to get to know the new names that are here. They're performing for a reason, that are doing things right out of the gate. So pretty pumped about that. Now, as we look at our company performance, Tyler, we have now gone on almost 8 months consecutive where we have beat our month over month over month. Now, as we jump into our performance as a company, let's look at how we did as channels. And then I want to kind of talk about how we did as a company with just a takeaway that I have from September. So first, as we look at locals, they were 77% to goal. Now, those that are here new to VITL Live, locals is our year-round channel. Those are those that live in the market. They work, throughout the week. Locally, they don't travel. This is their place that they go grind. 77% to goal. We yet again upped their goal for September. Good with 77. Happy to see the hard work there. But October, I feel something different coming. In fact, it has to be different. We need to bring intensity. When you say how we do anything is how we do everything, to our locals, everybody that is a part of our local channel, let's go set the goal that we have set aside for October, and let's go do whatever it takes. No regrets, all on the field, and let's go hit goals in October, which we're going to talk more about. So that's how locals did. X, they were 75% to goal on the month. So they went out on their grind. This was a big month for a few teams because it was the last month of Pulse. Shout out to those teams that competed. They went out and they had some big months. As a channel, though, during the 10 days, we were 64% to goal. So as we look at the company, I want to show company here. Next slide. So on the company, we were 82% to goal. Okay. Now, Tyler, in my opinion, September, we did set another big goal. We did. We went big. We have gone 8 months where we've always done more than the month before. September for me is kind of that month where you don't perform the way you wanted. Hard work was out there, but it's like our comeback. It's like our going to the locker room. We just got done with our first half. Now we're going to come out to win the game. We just had our locker room speech of what Q4 is going to take because, Tyler, we know Q4 is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a different strategy. It's a different season, and I want us to start that with October. So as we look at this goal, my ask is everybody at VITL, put a chip on your shoulder. We set another big goal for October, but we cannot hit this if one team does it. It is going to take everybody's best effort all month long, no excuses, and we go make it happen. That would be my ask.
No, love it. And I think towards the end of the show here, as we get into our competition for Q4, we're going to talk about last call today. We're going to add some other thoughts to this, but in general, look, at the end of the day, nobody's happy about an 82% to goal number. Nobody's ever going to be happy about that. If you are, you're simply just content with not continuing to beat your best month over month. That being said, you cannot do that every single month. The amount of explosive month over month growth we've had from every month beginning at the start of this year has been unprecedented. Honestly, it's been pretty impressive and exciting. But that being said, it's going to come to an end. It's not ever going to just keep happening every single time, and it tends to do this at this time of year. And we've all talked about this over and over and over. This is not the time to slow down. This is the time to get strategic. This is the time to take a look at your teams and figure out who and where and what needs to be done in a different way to maintain volume. And I think there is a lot of good that comes out of a month like this, not because you want it to happen, but when it does, it exposes that and it shows you where your opportunities are to get strategic. So for those of you who didn't hit the scoreboards the way you wanted to this month, or maybe you saw a drop in volume, I hope you use that. You analyze the data, you find out where it took place, you find out who was involved, what happened, and you get in a room and you strategize to make change. And you make sure you adapt to it rather than just throwing your arms up and going, oh, shoot, didn't happen right. So now's the time to get strategic. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at our top for performers for September. And we'll come back to that with a little bit of Q4 locker room speech as we wrap this thing up.
I love it. By the way, Noah Monks, welcome. He just logged in. I love it. He says, what's up, VITL? Gosh, this feed's firing me up, man. And by the way, the graphics for marketing. Great job today. Did you see that skateboard? It's VITL stock. It said VITL stock's going up right now. That is hot off the press.
Creative team always on point. Cade, Jake, Garrett, say hello. We appreciate what you do behind the camera at all times.
Okay, now
very appreciated. Thank you. We're happy to be here.
As Tyler gets into top rookie here, I want to make a reference. We have so many people joining VITL right now. It has been insane. We've gone from 200 active sales reps in the field in February to now just over 1,500 sales reps here at VITL. It has been insane to watch the growth that's taken place. In our rookie category, what this is going to encompass is just people's very first month here. It is really hard to identify who's brand new to solar, maybe to door, and who's not with the type of onboarding that we're doing here at VITL. So we have just looked at this category. Who made the top 3 within the first month?
Who comes out swinging. So we don't care if you're experienced, if you're a rookie, if you make it on this list. The bottom line is you came to play, you came out swinging.
So let's take a look.
Let's jump in. Number 3, Hector Campos. Hector, congratulations, man. Top 3 Hector. In the business, your first month on the board. I've heard nothing about how much you are just grinding down in Arizona, so excited to see it. I've seen the office coming together and all the work that you guys are putting in. Well job making top of the board. In number 2 spot, we have Liberty Bonin.
Let's go, Liberty.
Liberty,
great
congratulations.
Work.
Love when we see you representing for the ladies, so keep it up out there. And number 1, drum roll.
Woo!
Reggie Anderson. I like
go.
Reginald personally. I like that we got the full formal.
That one fires me up.
Kicking ass, congratulations, man. You are the top rookie of the month for September. Way to come out and show them what's up the very first month on the board. Can't wait to see you continue on, man.
So I do just want to highlight this. For those who don't know Devin Anderson just joined our business. This was his very first month. Liberty and Reginald both come from that, region. This was their first month here, and they just took 2 of the top 3 spots.
Showing
Company-wide. Probably one of my favorite things is don't get Hector on an airplane. That's a bad idea. I'm just going to say that. And then Liberty, I heard your training yesterday on your call. Cannot wait to see what she does here at VITL. Like, so excited to have her based on the training I just heard. She's going to do incredible things. And then Reggie, the first day I met him, he's like, I will be your #1 rep the first month I'm here. I love to hear people talk like that. But when I see him back up the talk with the action, that gets me so fired up. Reggie, great job, dude. Great freaking job. Love to see that.
It's a rare thing in our space when somebody actually backs up what they say they're going to do.
True.
Some might even call it uncommon, Reggie. Well
Some.
played.
I get it.
Good work, man. All right, top setters. These are those in business who are actually getting it done in the streets and in the stores, setting up leads and appointments for everybody everywhere to help fill their calendars. Cannot say how much we appreciate the work from the ground up to fill the top of the funnel and create what we need for the business. So in the #3 spot, and we've got different categories here, we're going to be taking a look at our top retail setters and those who are out on the doors. Eric Jimenez in the #3 spot. Eric, congratulations for making the top 3. In the #2 spot, we have Tayton Bennett. Tayton, congratulations. You've got hundreds and hundreds of people across the United States you guys are competing against. So when you make it into the top 3 on this list, that is absolutely no joke. And #1 in the entire country for those out on the doors, in the streets, Marcus Diaz.
Let's go, Marcus.
You're #1 for the entire month, man.
So cool.
Pat yourself on the back. It's something to be insanely proud of. For real.
That really is the most competitive position we have at VITL. You nailed it. That is our largest head count as a role goes. So to make it #1 in the whole country, Marcus, incredible job. Pumped to have you.
Boost of confidence, man. Should absolutely be there for that one. Okay, retail. Let's take a look. We are now sitting, to put this into perspective.
Heating up.
6 months ago, you guys, how many stores were we in?
4.
Four stores 6 months ago. How many active stores are we now, fulfilling and staffing? Staffing is what I was looking for. How many active stores do we now have staffed with setters?
So this is what excites me, guys. You can get me talking about this for hours. We're over 130 stores now physically staffed by VITL Retail.
Over 130?
130 between 2 partners, and it is so cool to see those names that were on these scoreboards month 1 staying consistent with all of these new names, but a few upsets. Man, it is cool to see the type of verticals we have here at VITL. It is so cool to see.
Just wanted to point that out, you guys, because in the past it was like, there's a couple people in stores. 130 stores, and you still see Isaiah's name on the list.
That's right.
No surprise. Isaiah's been making the top boards. I was just with him earlier this week at a retreat we went down to. Got to meet him in person for the first time. But Isaiah, to continue to stay in those top marks and have your name thrown up in here, when there's that many stores and that many people working now, just goes to show your experience, and level of effort you're putting in. So congrats. Judy.
Woo, Judy.
I'll give you the
household
clap,
name.
Judy, you got knocked off your pedestal. What happened, Judy? Judy's been in the #1 spot for a minute now. So congrats, obviously making the top 3, Judy, as we continue to grow. Just shows your level of consistency.
Now, before we get to #1, one thing I want to say is Judy made a call out. We've announced winners based on the most sells that were made and sets that were had. Judy's like, hey, I want to see the quality of conversion. How many sets to sell from retail who was the best in that category? So maybe more to evolve here. But Judy, she's got great conversions and household name. Just love to see her at the top all the time.
Absolutely love it. #1, who are we looking at? Jalen.
Okay, let's go, Jalen.
Jalen, congratulations,
so
man.
Awesome.
You took out some big names to get to that #1 spot. Out of 130 stores staffed, you are #1, and there's a lot. I don't know how many average people are in there per store, but how many? Two, 5. How many people in most stores do we have staffed?
Yep, average of 2 per store. Okay. And now I would say we're near just over 100 setters that are in our retail program. Yep. So that is pretty cool. Jalen coming out of Arizona as well.
That math is not mathing for the record.
No,
130 times 2 of an average, that would be like 260. So either We just don't have them all staffed fully.
No, we do. This is
Or the math isn't mathing, Aaron. Which one is it?
Staffed is not every day of the week. It is throughout the week, and our setters move around. So very cool to see this across the board, though. Jalen, way to represent. Good job.
I love trying to find faults in Aaron's logic while we're live.
Hey,
do we have a tally counter yet?
Don't
I want to be called out if I mess it up.
Don't question my staffing.
All right, let's look at the closers. Congrats again to the top setters. Closers, those out getting it done, actually making sure we all make some money and bringing in the revenue to the business. Number 3, Kaysen Snyder. Kaysen, you just made the top 3 out of the closers across the entire United States for VITL. That is a massive, massive win, man. Congratulations. Love to see it. Lincoln, hold on, Kaysen, where's Kaysen at? We just talked about this before we got on. Remind me.
Both in Florida, Lincoln and Kaysen. And I will say, thank goodness Kaysen's making it in cells. He's a horrible golfer. You know, he's just so bad at golf. Just kidding. I've seen him on the course. He's amazing. It is really cool to see these two. And I will tell you, as we continue to go through the show, dude, the Sissio division, man, that group, they are just, man, they're doing it right. Like, they are on fire from the feed to the production to their recruiting. That team is incredible. They just did a mega event out in Florida with Jeff Mendez. It is so cool to see what that group does culturally, and it all trickles down to performance. So yes, both in the Sissio division. Lincoln, just a couple weeks ago, he hit me up. He's like, hey, I want to get into the Audible company account. He's listening to our books, like how you do anything's how you do everything. He's putting his learning ahead of his earning, and you can see it in results. Just love to see that.
Love it, guys. Congrats on making the top 3 closers across the country. Let's take a look at number 1 in the closer spot. Top
Woo!
rep.
Yeah.
Not the first time.
All 3. That's what I'm saying.
Adam,
all 3.
Alawi.
Let's go, Adam.
Dude, congratulations. You've made this list multiple times. It, like, puns intended here, obviously, but when we literally do try to define what it means to be uncommon and not just have some random ass corny catchphrase that, you know, it could be seen as, the definition is to perform at the highest level and do it consistently. So anybody can come make a chart one time, you guys. The second you see somebody that is doing it repeatedly and has streaks of being in the number 1 spot or achieving the MVP category more than one time, like, that's when you know you really do have somebody that's like elite and reaching those top 1%. So Adam, congrats, man. It's really cool to see your name continue to land in that spot and to have it happen more than one time.
So been the MVP for us 1 month. We're going to talk a lot about him, but it is cool. I just saw Adam last week, and I'm just going to tell you, Tyler, he made a pivot from one company to another. The first 30 days, Adam's a type of closer that once you mess with his process, he gets very agitated. He did not like that.
Did we mess with Adam's process?
His first hit. Hey, Noah. Hey, Adam, you put Noah almost over the edge your first month, and Adam knows that. You know, shout out to both of them. They made it through the differences of how to sell here, and that's just what it is. If you're new here, it's just that. It's new. It's a new process. Get familiar with it. But it's so cool to see Adam come here, get used to the processes, and then just dominate consistently. Just can't highlight that enough. So great job, man.
Well, congrats on adapting, and I'm glad the emotion of whatever it might have been.
It is down now.
For Noah's sake.
Adam just counting his checks now and being happy with the referrals he's getting.
ADMs. Okay, top assistant district managers. You guys, this is a position that is up to a district manager to delegate somebody on their office that they feel like is at another level that they can truly count on, lean on to lead the office from the front. And in most cases, they are expected to do just that. An ADM is expected to be someone who sets the pace for the team, who is the rabbit to show people what can be done so that people don't just look at the manager and say, yeah, but you're the manager. This is somebody else in the office that should really be showing everybody what's up. So to make the top 3 in this list, when you're amongst those who have been delegated to really be the leaders of a team, goes a long way. There may be less of them, but it's a more elite category to reach the top 3. So in the number 3 spot, Bradley Larios. Bradley, congratulations, man, on making the top 3 of those who are the pace setters across the business in different offices. Number 2, got lucky enough to finally meet Muhammad in person for the first time as I went down to San Antonio earlier in the week with Charlie and group. Muhammad, congratulations. You're in the number 2 spot.
Great job, Muhammad.
Same thing as before. Muhammad is a name that has become so consistent in these top marks. Like, absolutely not surprised to see it anymore. But number 1, let's take a look at it. Top ADM.
Oh, Devin. Let's go.
Devin Saunders, another name that is not the first time we've seen him up here. So, Devin, of all the leaders that have been asked to, assist their manager in leading from the front, showing the team, exactly what can be done. You are number one in the whole business. Congrats, man. That's a huge accomplishment as well.
Yeah, I love to see it. Devin's out in Virginia, and he has been consistent out of the gates, and just not surprised to see his name on the board. So good job. Hey, by the way, looks like a name was misspelled. And I don't getting blamed for it. I'm a pretty bad speller, so I'll take the blame. So, hey, if we
who's we get spelled?
I think we misspelled Adams, and if we did, my apologies. Sounds like we did.
The other Muhammad.
Hey,
yes,
always call
good.
us out. Always call us out when we mess it up. But we're
on the
proud.
chat. We're watching. I'm trying to figure it out. All right.
Good job, Devin.
Well,
Way to
whoever's
go.
name we messed up, our bad. Managers. Okay, top DMs in the business. These are those
so cool.
who are out leading their teams from the front. So this category is not who the top office is. We're going to take a look at those in a minute. This is the managers of the offices. This is their personal production, right?
Yep.
And anybody who really understands our business understands that we've created power rankings, power scores. That's how we determine, who top teams are. And one of the categories in that power score is personal manager sales.
That's right.
Everybody knows that if you are leading from the front and you are doing what you're asking your team to do, not just telling them what their role is, you're showing them how it can be done. Those are the leaders that are leading the right way. They're showing their team how to do it. They're out in the trenches getting the job done. So to make the top 3 manager list of those out there trying to all lead from the front, another very big deal. So Scott,
while managing a team. That's
Scott
right.
Renew, number 3, man.
Let's go, Scott.
Love
Let's
to
go.
see it, dude.
Good job.
Love to see it. Absolutely remember, very, very specifically, some of our first talks that we ever had when we were recruiting this entire group over.
Yep.
There was a lot to go through, a lot of emotion in that transition, months and months of learning curves, to your point that you mentioned with Noah and Adam, and new reps figured it out. So, Scott, to see us through all that and see your name in the top 3, love to see it, man. Number 2, that's Reggie.
Hey,
Second time.
If you don't know Reggie yet, you're knowing him now. That
Reggie.
guy, that guy is incredible. Hey, one of my favorite things, by the way, and actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, I think that is who we recognized at the beginning. But Reggie's girlfriend is a lead setter, and he is the closer. I love watching that. I love when that happens. I love when that happens.
Reggie, congrats, man. However you made it there, lead setter's not. To be in the number 2 spot takes a lot of work.
Right.
Congratulations. Let's take a look. Number 1, personal production on the month, leading this team from the front.
Okay, Connor
Gherkin.
Let's go.
Connor, well played, man. Well played. Congratulations. Love to absolutely see it. I think he's been out there ripping in Illinois.
He's in Illinois, and what's cool about this is Connor's a long-term solar, assassin. He is incredible at the craft. Probably my favorite part is he's been at a lot of different places just trying to find his home and his tribe. According to what he's been telling us lately, he's like, dude, I found it. I found it. VITL is where I want to be. I want to be here for the long run. I'm going to see him this weekend. We're going to be chilling this weekend. I'm just there's so much work that went behind that number. And I think sometimes we look at people on a scoreboard and we just think, that's just them. I can't do it. If you saw what Connor's overcome, the commitment that he's had to go through to be here, and then to see the result match that level of commitment and buy-in, that's how it happens. And Connor, proud of you. So grateful for the trust. We'll never take it lightly. Great job.
Congrats, man. I think it's another point, too, to make right now how big of a deal it is as you wind out the summer, and some of you guys may have lost a little volume for teams that were a little bit more summer focused for whatever reason, that might have been. To go lead your teams from the front right now, I do not think there is anything more important you could be doing in the business right now. If you want to have a big Q4, if you want to not see a lull, if you want to continue to grow month over month, as a manager, that role right now is one of the most important roles in this business, to go lead your people from the front and show them how it is done during what many view as the toughest time of the year. So I invite more of you guys to follow the lead of those top 3. And just, again, Connor, Scott, Reggie, congrats, and thank you for, showing everybody what can be done as we lead into this part of the year. So,
hey, I love it. Hey, just a compliment to marketing again. Matt Jameson's in the house. And by the way, Matt Jameson usually talks a ton of shit on the feed. I'm hoping for a little more out of him today on VITL Live. But marketing, he gave a compliment. He says the graphics are incredible. So, good stuff. Love to see it, Matt. Welcome.
Always. Okay, that is it as far as top performers individually go. Now we're going to start taking a look at offices, regions, divisions. We're going to dive right in. Top office. And this is ex-locals. This is everything mixed together. In the number 3 spot, we have Baker Vincent. congrats. Those guys, same thing. When we talk about consistency,
those guys are on fire.
Those guys joined the X program, had never been running like structured blitzes like this. They weren't a team that came from another business that's been doing blitzes for years. You know, these guys have historically ran local teams, decided that was the fit and the model for them. And their names have been on the board, you know, every single month for, you know, months now. So I love seeing the consistency there. Steve and Caleb, congratulations. In the number 2 spot, not surprised to see another Sissio team up right here right now this month. They absolutely were on point. They did not slow down at all. And Scapin taking the number 2 spot.
Great job. Great job, Scapin and team.
On the number 2 spot. Let's take a look. Number 1.
Okay.
It's another Sissio division office.
And team.
Noah, your team, number 1 in the entire company. Congratulations. I know how hard that team has been pushing to you know, hold the top spot, and it's been so tight in the pulse. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But you are the number 1 office on the month. It's a huge, huge accomplishment. Congrats, man.
Hey,
and
great job.
That entire office, that's, you know, we shout Noah's name out here, and I know his name's the one representing this, but as soon as we get into offices and regions and divisions, even though we may use a name to distinguish who that is, let's make it really clear that is not the name behind what's happening. That is one of the names behind what is happening. You've got an entire team there that is structured, organized, bringing the energy. I've been in their meetings. I know how they roll.
World class.
And they are just not stopping, and it takes a massive group effort. So congrats to that whole office.
I love it.
Well done. Okay, vital signs. Every single time we run through this list, want to remind everybody of what vital signs is. I already kind of hinted to it a little bit, you know, before. But if you're a part of our business, you know we have a website that we've developed called Vital Signs. Vital Signs is the equivalent to a power ranking if you watch ESPN and sports stats. Rather than ranking teams just off their sales numbers, which is what we just did when we looked at the top office for the month of September, we are now ranking them off a number of categories where they receive weighted points in each one of those categories, and primarily based on number 1, sales performance, number 2, and far more importantly, install quality and performance. And lastly, rep development. How many reps on the team are there? How many reps got an actual sell? What are the per rep averages? We take into consideration all those different metrics to truly determine the health of a team and which teams are sitting in a position where we could trust putting more recruits on those teams right now, because we know there's an energy, not just of performance that might be coming from, you know, the top 3 guys on the team, because you could have 3 guys do 10 a month, do 30, and it looks like this team's killing it.
That's right.
But if there's 30 guys on the team and only 3 real performers, that's a problem.
This is who's making the most. This is who's growing the best. And these are the healthiest teams we have at Vital.
Yeah, Vital Signs really does help determine the pulse and the heartbeat and really the overall health of a team. So excited to take a look at these. In the number 3 spot, we have the Turner office.
Let's go.
That is locals.
Great
It's
job.
Chance leading that team. Chance, congratulations on consistently putting up some hefty numbers on a monthly basis. Same thing. His name, both personally and from a team standpoint, has stood out all year long. So congrats on the number 3 spot, Chance and team. In the number 2 spot, again, this shows you something. It's not just in sales number. We've got Scapin's team. That entire office is obviously participating together.
That's right.
To get the numbers to where they are. It's just not, you know, 1 or 2 man, you know, band. So John and team and everything you guys have you know, done to put the work in to get where you are. Congrats on the number 2 spot. Drum roll. Number 1, Vital Signs on the month of September.
Let's go.
That is Austin Stedman and team.
I'm happy to see this.
Austin, love it, man.
Stedman, way to represent. He's been through a lot through the summer. They just got here to Vital. And to see them rally their team in September, and you know, I talked to him in Montana. They both knew what they were going to go accomplish in September before the month started. And it is so cool to see their rally and then for it to mirror and match on a scoreboard like that. This one fires me up. Great job to you guys. Way to finish number 1 on the best team here at Vital in September.
I'm a little bit sad 'cause I actually had a call scheduled to chat with you boys yesterday. Didn't get a chance. We had to reschedule, so we're going to have to get that done. But literally, like, congrats, you guys. Huge performance. Love to see it. To Aaron's point, I know you've only been in the business now for a few months. You're kind of in that same, you know, situation that many of the groups have that have joined us this year, which is there's always a 3-4 month learning curve before you start to feel grounded and there. And clearly you guys have now hit that, and you've got your team firing on all cylinders to go be, you know, number 1 for Vital Signs. So congrats on that. Moving on, let's take a look at the top regions. This is now a collective of teams.
Yeah.
Remember, a division has got multiple regions in it. A region is at least 3 teams or more under these individual names that you see here.
Now,
So
before we get into it, I do want to say this. We had to audit the third place winner on 3 different accounts because, as a reminder, all of our stats on all of our recognition goes off of clean deals submitted. It is not what was submitted to Freedom on a sold project. It is clean deals. So make sure you know what that is. But as we get to these 3, this is a very competitive now bracket between regionals. We have more regionals here, and they're some of the most competitive people we have at our company, which is what we love. But as we recognize these, I'm proud of who made it into 3rd. There was a very tight race, and it came down to literally 2 accounts between 3rd and 4th.
I mean, let's give a shout to those who actually, in some cases, had more sales.
They did.
But again, it
Both
comes down to clean. So who were in the battle? We've got the 3 spot here, but who was 4 and 5? Just so we know how close it was. Give them a little bit of love.
This is a love and also a call out to clean your deals up. So to the Lewis region, they had the most sales for 3rd place, and then Heaton region had the next. But as we recognize 3rd, they had less sales but more clean deals in comparison.
So with that being said, congratulations, Jai, and your entire region, because you guys had your shit a little bit cleaner than everybody else, and you took the number 3 spot because of it. And at the end of the day, it really is what matters, because clean deals are the ones that are going to progress. We're going to get to SOWs quicker. We're going to get installs quicker, and that is the only thing mattered. That's what everybody gets paid off, is getting glass on the roof. So congratulations to everybody that's a part of that region that helped you guys earn that number 3 spot. Number 2, and I want to clarify this. Joey Sissio has a division because he has multiple regions. He is still managing one of those regions in and of itself.
Yep.
And that region is the number 2 region in the business this
Great
month.
job.
So huge performance to be in the number 2 spot while still running the division. Number 1 region, though, for the month, Empfinger.
Woo!
Noah and
Good
region.
job
So
to the whole group.
another massive call out there. First, I love
That's
that
awesome.
Joey's region got beat by Noah's region.
Yeah.
I love that also Noah's region wasn't just the number 1 region. His team, which is one of the teams inside of his region, was also the number 1 team, which clearly helped him to get to that spot.
So that's led by Connor Gherkin is the other team that he has.
You got Connor in team there. You got his team there. Like that region, the whole region, you can just tell is on point right now, consistent with their energy, with their performance, with their work ethic, everything they're putting in, and that's reflecting too on Joey's whole org. It's been pretty cool to see what they've done.
To that region, go give the Sissio region some shit on your guys' feed. Go call them out. Hey, the Empfinger region beat the Sissio region. Let it be named. But obviously, 1 team, 1 dream. Love to see that, though. Good stuff.
I hear it's Mr. Empfinger's birthday today.
Ooh, what?
Is that today?
That's
birthday.
Today.
Oh, my goodness. Let's go.
Do you have like a little
shout out Sierra for letting
do you have
us
a
know?
GIF or something cool that plays?
can
Can
do
we
an
make
air
a little
horn.
like happy birthday something that jumps on the screen?
Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday to Noah. We're grateful for you. We love you. Gonna reach out later. Got a birthday present for you. Didn't know that. Great job.
All right. I think this is our last one. Last one to take a look at. Top division. Okay. Couple things to say on this one. There were some runner-ups. I think we're only showing the top one right here. And this is it's been a back and forth thing all year. We've had Ford and Sissio going back and forth. Got to give it to Ford for the majority of the year. It hasn't been too much of a battle, but there's definitely been a couple months where it has. And this month, let's take a look at who won that battle.
Woo! Let's go, Sissio and group. Good job.
Joey's fighting back hard. Mitch took that one back. That whole division for the last few months has been pretty consistent. Again, Joey's been on their heels, but Sissio division, you guys have clearly just straight dominated the month of September from personal. We had names from this division in every single personal category. We had names in every office, in DMs leading from the front. So whatever you guys are doing and the culture that you're driving there is working at every single level. Congratulations, Joey, on passing that down and earning the top division for the entire month. But I know we had a couple close ones behind. Mitch was right behind them, as expected. But we've also got a couple other divisions up there battling for this spot now that deserve some recognition for a great month. We had Hare's division right there that's got the Zelaya region in there. Those guys have all come together and put up a big performance.
Yep.
Like more and more divisions are forming together, and over time I hope we continue to see some more competition there. But congrats, Joey, once again.
Very proud. You could have guessed who was the number 1 division through all of the recognition that's led up to this last one. So to that whole group, way to represent. to the Ford division. I hope you use that as a chip on your shoulder to go make it happen this month. You just mentioned the hair division. I'm proud of 2 groups coming together to go do something bigger. We've all heard the quote, you can go fast alone, or you can go far together. That is 2 groups that embodied that came together, and to see them in the 3rd spot as a division now is pretty cool. And I think a little bit of a watch out for that group. I think some big things are going to happen. But to the whole group that belong to the Sissio division, great job, way to represent. You guys own September. Excited to see what you do in October.
Yeah, it's cool. And I know there's a lot of recruiting happening. You know, I've sat in meeting after meeting after meeting, and it's cool how many people are coming through the door right now and how spread out it is. I can think of probably 4 or 5 different meetings I've had this week, all spread between different divisions who are out there recruiting right now, bringing in high-level talent, and we are attracting, without question, a higher level of talent than I think we ever have as a business. As we keep adding, you know, those type of leaders and levels of leadership to these different groups, you're just going to see these divisions get more and more competitive, where in the past, there was only a few. It's really cool to see how many are starting to form, come together, or add to their previous regions to turn into that. So excited as we continue to grow to see the competition increase there. So, guys, that is a wrap for recognition as far as top, you know, performers, both from a personal, individual standpoint and teams, regions, divisions. Congratulations once again to everyone who made those boards. I'm going to turn it back over now. Aaron's going to run through VITL and some of the other, you know, awards that we have that we always run through on this show. So excited to take a look at these.
Yeah, so on the VITL award, we know this. This is all coming from the field. This is not who sold the most in some cases. It is who had the most impact by the votes that came from people who submitted from the survey we send out. So let's take a look. And we say this each time because it's probably one of my favorite things we do here at VITL. We read through these comments, and to see the influence that some of the people have here at our company, it does make me proud to work at VITL. Like, I absolutely love the hard work that gets put into this community day in and day out. And it is now not my culture, it's not your culture, it is our culture. And it is so cool to see that be embodied down all the way to, you know, our brand new reps that are joining. So that being said, let's recognize our headquarters, HQ, VITL Award winner. This comes from the field votes. This comes from corporate votes. And I could not agree more. Let's give it up for Brittany Elder.
Britt! Woo! Love to see it. Let's talk about Britt for a minute.
Let's do it. What is cool about, you know, this award? We can hear screams happen in the background here at corporate. Guys, there is so much work that goes in to make this company move from every single person. Just from my personal standpoint, life has only gotten busier the more that we've grown. And I just want to personally say, I could not personally do what I do without Britt. Britt keeps everything organized, guys, here at HQ. And we are so appreciative of her. If you have flown here, if you've been to any one of our corporate events, if you have gotten gifts from the different things that we do, Britt is behind all of those scenes. The lit program we run, I mean, we can go on and on. She is our manager of operations and coordination, and she takes care of all of the back-end logistics. Britt, we love you. The comments that were written about you, they were just inspiring. I mean, everyone feels your influence here at the company. Just a big thank you.
Could not speak and like double down on that enough for Britt. Britt, congratulations. So well deserved, for real. Not only does she manage
and coordinate all the things she talked about for a long time, she was an executive assistant for myself. I cannot even say how screwed I would have been at different points of my life as I was navigating so many different things personally and professionally, and how much she helped me with calendarization and filling in the blanks and reminders to make sure I didn't let things slip through the cracks. So, Britt, thank you for all you've done over the course of your career here at VITL, and absolutely well-deserved on being voted VITL.
Love it. Okay, let's go look at the VITL Award winner for the field. This comes from Owen Haglin's team with over 20 votes for this person. And let's give it up for Nathan. Let's go, Nathan.
Nathan Cloud, well played.
Big congratulations, Nathan. Again, when we read through these comments from someone who has been positive, has fought through adversity, really held the team together last month to make it as the VITL Award winner, the most vital person here in September from the field. This is a big congratulations, and we're so grateful to have you here at the company. Great job. Great job.
Also, another call out to ourselves. I do think we messed this one up. I think this is a negative mark on us. I don't think that's how we spell Nathan's name. But
I think we might have misspelled the last one. We looked it up.
We might have messed that one up, Nathan. If we did, we apologize. That doesn't necessarily make it right, but, accountability and all.
Okay, swag coming to both of you. Congratulations. Okay, let's get into the Pulse winners. Now, we have 2 things to award, and then this show is coming to an end. We are going to talk about the Pulse winners and then announce our MVPs for September, our most valuable players who threw down the most. So as we get into the Pulse, Tyler, can you just recap what led us to this moment? It was a lot of emotions. We did take down the page over the last 4 days, and I just want to say thank you.
That part, by the way.
Oh, I got blown up. I got blown up by all the people that are in the comp. This is
Why can't we see it?
This is ridiculous. Who won? So we have done all the audits. We have done all the scrubbing. We have gotten all the feedback. These are our official Pulse winners of 2024. But tell us a little bit about what's led us here.
Well, if you guys don't know what the Pulse is, I think most people watching do, but there's some people on here who probably don't. It is our quarter competition. In quarter 3, we run a competition during the time where it is hot. It's summertime. People are out grinding. We want to make sure everybody's got an opportunity to participate, even if they're a little more summer-focused team for whatever reason. This is the determination of the top team in the business.
Right.
This is the team that's going to be recognized on stage at the gathering, and this is the team that gets to go, take 10 grand to have an experience or vacation or trip or whatever they plan with the money of what they want to go do on their own, ultimate bragging rights. And over the last 3 months, we have been tracking vital signs and the averages over those 3 months to determine these top teams. And without question, it has gotten heated.
Oh yeah. Just a little.
Emotions have been high.
Just a little, which I love.
Audits,
I live for.
The audits have been many.
Yeah.
The back and forths of head counts and making sure everything was right because people were that close on first, second, third. Like, it really did come down to it. And this is, historically a tradition that we now do is the last couple of days we shut it off.
Yeah.
Why? Because we want to make sure everybody knows, number one, we're actually doing audits behind the scene. We don't want people to sandbag or try to mess with things or try to, screw at the points at the end.
Yep.
So we let it ride the last couple of days, and then it kind of becomes a surprise at this point in time. So it is officially that time to announce the top team that is going to be recognized as such for the year. The winners of the Pulse. Let's take a look at the runners-up, the winners. Let's do all the things.
Now, as we get into it, if
Nope,
you
it's on the board now. It's
oh
on the
shit.
board.
Okay, if you belong to these teams, let's hear it for them. Let's get loud on the feet. If you don't belong to these teams, guys, this is a quarter-long, biggest team competition we do all year, and there is an upset. There is a big upset, and what I love when we get to number 1, it is not who started number 1 to start. It is who finished that matters, and that is exactly what happened here in the local bucket. They were not number 1 until literally the last few weeks, and it is so cool to see. So,
also, reminder for everybody as we run through number 3, number 2, number 1. This is broken into 2 different brackets. We had X teams for those who are out 10 days a month as part of the X channel, competing against one another for the top spots, 1, 2, and 3. Same thing for the locals. So each one of these, we're going to recognize the winners of 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. So let's do it. Here we are.
So
number 3.
Libby's like, just tell us. Stop it. Okay, here we go.
It's on the board as a lead up. That's
all right.
the part.
No, not yet. It hasn't shown. Okay, so in 3rd place.
I thought we had number 3.
Give it up
Even
for X Barnard and team for finishing in 3rd place for the X channel. Great job to all of those individuals.
Up over here still.
Hey, that was a lot of hard
How long can we
work.
talk about 3 before we show 2?
That was a lot of
1?
hard work in locals. Congratulations to Turner and team for finishing in 3rd place. Now, to both teams, a lot of hard work out of lots of teams. 3rd place is where you both landed. On the Barnard team, I'm almost excited to see what they now do next year with this placement. I know that fires them up, but I will say...
Brandon's not competitive.
No, just a little. I will say congratulations, though. I know you guys were leading the charge. You went to a new market in the 3rd month. Things to learn about how to play this next year. Great job, though. I know you guys are going to have a great rest of the year in a finish where you've now landed in this new market. To the Turner and team, man, they were leading the charts. They were leading number 1. And, the last month was a little rough for them.
I thought they were going to take it.
I did, too.
I really did. I thought they were going to hold it down.
So only highlighting lessons learned here, different things, for next year, but great job to those. Now, for 2nd place.
Number 2.
Ooh,
bring it up.
This
Put it
is
up
a
there.
little bit of an upset at the end. Let's give it up for X, Haglin, and team making it in 2nd place for X. And in locals, this was a hard, long fight. Scapin and team in second place for
Dude,
locals.
they held down number 2 in multiple categories.
They
now.
have. And hey, I will tell you from day
huge.
one, they tracked it, they followed it. Haglin and team sent me some things to go scrub. And again, we went very thorough through all of the data. And to see them make it in second place, congratulations. They had a big last month in the comp. And this is where it always comes down to a couple points. In these rounds, it was decimals, Tyler. Like this round was decimals. Oof. So that's what happens. Like just next year, never leave it that close in the judges' score hands is what they say in the scorecards. But it is cool to see. Congrats to those two teams and all the hard work. Now, for number one.
The one other thing before we get there, both to just delay this for the sake of the show and the build-up, but also just to call out that's pretty impressive, even though I know they didn't land where they would have chose to, right? Because anything outside of number 1 for them is not what they were after. However, both ex-Barnard and ex-Hagland, those are teammates and team members who
Same
won
region.
the Pulse last year.
Yep.
The DeYoung team was the winner of the Pulse. Jai broke up that region. We now have ex-Hagland, ex-Barnard but those two, to still hold that down, they embody the spirit of that comp. They cared so much. The amount of audits they sent in and just emotion and energy that their team had around this comp was incredibly felt. So congratulations on really taking advantage of those guys. And
guys, I am real close to announcing one. They are going crazy in the chat. I'm gonna do it.
So, Cade, do you have the buzzer thing? Like what?
I got him ready. I got it ready.
Here we go for number 1, the Pulse winners. Let's give it up for
10 grand. Here we go
for the X Channel, Baker and Vincent and team. For locals, M Finger and team are number 1 winners for the Pulse. Let's hear it. Let's give it up for those teams. Congratulations. I cannot wait to see what you guys do with the money, the experiences, and the pride. Know this, we have the gathering coming up in January of 2025. This is where we highlight this on stage. This is something to be proud of. We cannot wait. Every team member, we want you at our gathering event in January to highlight you, award you. There is so much pride that comes behind this. And as you plan your events, we are going to come out with the marketing team. We want to get that on film. We want to highlight that. So let's start to go coordinate. Congratulations, guys. Like straight up,
so sick.
2024 official Pulse winners, our very best teams in all of VITL for the year. Baker and Vincent and M Finger and team. Congratulations.
These dudes fought for it. Just want to say, when I look at Noah and team, so shout to you guys, obviously. I know how hard you battled for that. And again, to our previous points, like they were down for a bit. I did not think they were going to end up holding that spot by the time it all rolled out based on how things had been going the first 2 months. They were in the running the entire time, but they were always just a little bit behind, and they came back at the end. From day one of meeting Noah and those guys down there, like just the competition, the energy of like wanting to win has been without question some of the strongest. Like it is absolutely no surprise how serious they take those comps because they want to win.
Yep.
And I just cannot express how much like the spirit of competition and wanting to win, turning this job into a game for you as an individual, turning this job into a game for you as a team, and making everything you do every day way more about the fun and the energy and the competition and winning rather than the sales and the nitty gritty. Like when you take attention away from the task and the outcome and it's just all about having fun and winning, I cannot tell you how much easier this job gets. So congrats to these teams because they have taught their team to do that. I know how much the focus was on that. So Noah, congrats. And then the second thing for Steven, Caleb, and team, Baker, Vincent, and X team. Again, those guys had not previously been running an X model until this year when they joined us. And the first trip they ran did not go so hot, and they were trying to kind of figure it out. And I just got to go meet with them just 3 days ago. Again, when I flew down to San Antonio, those guys were down there. And they actually did a whole presentation to their region on what got them to this spot and why they're a top performing team right now. And what was really, really cool is they really just kind of said, we didn't really do anything magic, right? We didn't do anything out of the ordinary. All we did was follow the playbook. We in the beginning, we tried to look at a few things, but at the end of the day, we looked at the X playbook. We knew it had been, intentional in the way it was all structured and put together over time. So we just decided to not reinvent the wheel. All we do is we follow that.
Yep.
Now, combine that with the level of experience those guys have. They're not just following it. They're following with the right amount of energy and planning, and everything that they do, they're putting the right time and energy into it. But there is a reason they're winning on both ends, and it's because they have truly embodied a competition and they're getting their people fired up around all the right things. So congrats once again, $10,000 for each one of those teams to go run an experience of your own. Second place just got hats, backpacks that are going to be custom made. And third, your team gets a whole bunch of hats to rep that performance. So congrats again for all the Pulse winners.
Love it.
Let's take a look at the MVP before we wrap here.
Big congratulations again. Last thing I just want to highlight, Empinger and team were one of our biggest teams in the company. So to see that large of a team win it, and literally in the last few weeks of the comp, man, we're going to talk about that one for a whole year.
It's actually a lot harder to do in a lot of ways.
Much harder.
Because of the way Vital Signs is set up, it gives the smaller teams a chance to compete against the larger ones. And
that's right.
A lot of times it's harder because the larger ones have to keep their per-up averages up.
Right.
And
so awesome.
Yeah, super impressive.
Guys, man, there's so much to cover. September was a big month for the company. Now, as we get into the MVPs, this is no votes. All things aside, who were the best performers on an individual basis across all channels in the company? Let's jump into it. For our most vital person on performance in retail is Scott McCoy. Let's go, Scott. Let's give him a big round of applause. Scott, I will tell you, I just saw you last week. Scott is, oh man, that guy, I'm so happy he's here. He is in Florida, and he is just doing a heck of a job. Scott, great work. Cannot wait to see your career evolve here. We are working on leadership for this individual. He is coming out of the gates just swinging. Great job, Scott. Way to have the highest performance in all of Vital Retail. Big congratulations. Let's give it up for him in the feed. Great job. Now, next, MVP. And as we announce these, just know you get a custom skateboard mailed out to you with your name on it, all branded and hung up here at the office. Now, as we get into some of these others, we might have some repeats. You guys got a couple boards on our wall. So, Scott, looking forward for you to getting your board and to be hung up here at the office. Next, for our X channel, Stephen Baker. Let's go, dude. Leading from the front to make sure his team won the Pulse, and also selling the most personally in all of the X channel during the 10 days that we have dedicated. Just a reminder, this goes off of if you're a part of X during just those 10 days, and then on the other channels during the month. So great job, Stephen, for being the most valuable player in X. Now, for locals, it is a repeat. Let's give it up. Tyler just announced it. Show the slide. Adam Alawi.
It's one of those. It's one of those call outs when you screw up and you read the preview slide before it's on the main slide.
Hey,
Adam, well played.
Congratulations.
And I think we got his name spelled right on this slide.
We did.
We may have screwed it up earlier, but we've reconciled. We fixed it.
Adam,
well done.
Adam, big congratulations. This is a repeat for you. We've talked a lot about you. You were the highest producing individual in locals yet again in September. Cannot wait to see what you do with double boards. Want to see it? Please post something, tag us, and big congratulations. Okay, now as we wrap this up, I think that is the last one. All I'm going to say, final thoughts for me, Tyler, then you can end us out. Thank you guys for joining Vital Live. I absolutely love that we take time to do this live. Vital is not vital without everybody that is here at the company. I just want to say a big sincere thank you for just believing in the vision here, backing us day in and day out, having all of our backs here at this company. Just a sincere big thank you. Now, as we get into October, I cannot say this with enough intensity. October, here at our company, we play the game to win. How you perform in this fourth quarter is going to dictate what you're going to get in 2025. So be smart. The war is won in the general's tent. Go and figure out how are you going to maximize all of your opportunity. How are you going to take advantage of nighttime hours? How are you going to work referrals? And in this season, how are we going to go get more people that need to be a part of this opportunity at the very best company to do it and come join the movement? Let's go grow, let's get loud, and let's perform. We are going to dominate. We need to have our very best months all year long over the next 3 months. And if we are committed to it, which I know we are, we will go rally and we will go make that happen. Let's go tear it up. This is locker room speech. It is happening. Let's come out and finish the year strong. Let's play the game and let's show who we are in Q4. That would be my ask. Good luck to everybody. Cannot wait to recognize in November who rose to the occasion and performed in October. Looking forward to it.
All right, so I'm excited to add my 2 cents to this, whole fourth quarter speech, you guys. And to do so, I want to talk a little bit about last call as we wrap this thing up. Okay, we have just finished our Pulse competition. Obviously, we've had a lot of hype around that. It's done. It's over. It is what it is. And we have now launched a brand new competition. Okay, the new competition is strategically designed to help you guys have something to focus on outside of just the day-to-day mundane during the fourth quarter, when it's easy to find excuses to not go have your best months of the year. It is designed for that, right? If you just saw the prize locker that went out for the brackets, both A bracket and B bracket, they're going to exist in this competition. It is without question, one of the best prize lockers we've ever had. So ton of awesome prizes to go win. There's a whole, apparel set going out for last call. If you've seen it, right on the front of everything, it says, nobody cares. Nobody cares how you started. Everyone basically will remember how you finished. And that's this whole point of leading into quarter four. I want to invite everyone to not buy into the bullshit. And when I mean not buy into the bullshit, there's this just general idea and understanding of just excuses that sit out in the air in the solar industry, that because it's not as warm and the hours aren't as long and the bills are lower, that in Q4 everybody slows down. What you're going to find 100% every year, there are certain individuals who go out and during these months have the absolute best months of their career. They break their own records and they do it in the cold with the shorter hours at a time others are coming up with excuses. And it's just that simple. Some choose to buy into the bullshit, use it as an excuse, and others choose it as a time to literally say, there's no better time to prove myself. There's no better time to have my best months. If I want to have momentum, to Aaron's point, in 2025, it is now. What will be hitting my bank account, what will be putting installs on the board for me to start hitting levels in 2025, what will start to show who the top installer of the year is in 2025 will all be dictated by what starts right now, which is how you finish. It really is all about how you finish until quarter one, when I tell you that it doesn't matter anymore and it's all about how you start. But for right now, it is about how you finish. That is the season, that is the time of the year we are in, and you've got to learn to do everything consistently. So I invite everybody to buy into last call, buy into having your best months, buy in to the fact that none of the excuses actually matter, because it goes on anyways with or without those excuses. Buy into the fact that you will create your best momentum for 2025 right now, and that you're going to go help lead and support and be somebody on your team that everybody says, see, it can be done because that guy did it or that girl did it. Let's go make it happen, you guys. Let's go dominate last call. I'm excited to see the winners on the board and excited to look at the standings as we head into VITL Live for October, and we can review kind of what's gone on since there. So we love you guys. Thank you. Congrats again on an amazing September. We'll see you guys next time for the October show.
Got a black bandana wrapped around my neck for catching the sweat from being the shit. Black boots for kicking your ass. You step out of line, it might be your last. Black coffee and a lit cigarette, I'm gonna burn it down till there ain't none left. Black coffin when they lay me to rest, in a black suit, black hat, Sunday's best. Black wheels gonna lift me up and drive me straight to hell. Black eyes from a bar fight, spent the night in a two-man cell hotel with a black heart, a beating through my chest in the back of a black car. Black keys in my black beats, guitars and backbeats, baby, that's all I need. I'm black on black.
We are a family here. Our offsite trip is probably the most amazing event and the experience that you would ever want to be a part of.
To be able to be out here in the mountains with my friends, hanging out, actually spending the time bumping shoulders with Freedom executives is the best experience I've ever had.
Black on black.
Once upon a time, not too long ago, a man by the name of Hall embarked on a lone journey across America, guided only by the gallop of his trusty stallion and the starlit desert.
Damn, Hall. Go get it if you want it. Keep the fire burning inside. You'll never find another like me. 'Cause I'm the last of my kind. I'm the last of my kind. Yeah. I'm the last of my kind. Try to find another just like me. You'll be looking for a real long time. 'Cause I'm the last of my kind. I'm the last of my kind. You'll never find another like me. I'm the last of my kind.